Ladies and gentlemen, if you could please turn your attention to the video board for this evening's welcome from our presenting sponsor.
Good evening and welcome to the third annual Tried and True Athletic Gala. Tonight we're here to celebrate Mike and Amy Alley. Mike and Amy, you've personally touched so many lives giving back to Indiana State, the greater Char Hill community, and the great state of Indiana. It's been an honor to have gotten to know you over the years with our shared love and passion for Indiana State and Sycamore Athletics. Your selfless giving over so many years through your services and financial support has made Indiana State a stronger and better institution because of you. As an alumni and supporter of this great university and athletic department, thank you. From Dorsett Automotive, we're so happy to be a small part of this wonderful night. So everyone, let's have a great relaxing evening as we celebrate and congratulate Mike and Amy Alley as the third recipients of the Max and Jackie Gibson Award.
Good evening. Welcome to the Holman Center and the third annual Tried and True Gala presented by Dorsett Automotive. My name is John Sherman. I'm the Senior Assistant Athletic Director here at Indiana State. It's my privilege to be your Master of Ceremonies for this evening's event. On behalf of our student athletes, coaches, and administrators, we want to thank you for your continued support, financially and otherwise, to better Indiana State athletics. Tonight, we are here to recognize the incredible, impactful, philanthropic efforts of Mike and Amy Alley by presenting them with the Max and Jackie Gibson Award, the highest athletic honor presented at Indiana State University. Mike, Amy, you've made such a strong, positive impact on not only Indiana State University, but the entire state of Indiana. We can't thank you enough for all that you have done and continue to do. We hope you enjoy this wonderful evening on your behalf. We also want to thank Brian and Gina Dorsett, Dorsett Automotive, for their support of tonight's event. Without organizations like Dorsett Automotive, it would not be possible to honor the efforts of those who deserve it most. Thank you. To get our evening underway, please welcome to the podium the 12th President of Indiana State University, Dr. Deborah Curtis.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. Well, good evening. You look wonderful. Do you know that? It's my pleasure to bring you greetings from the university and our students, our faculty, and our staff who truly make this place the beloved college home to thousands of loyal Sycamores. We appreciate you spending your time this evening with us here in the Holman Center, where we come to honor some very special people. I want to begin my remarks by once again conveying the significance of the Max and Jackie Gibson Award. As Winston Churchill once said, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. Max and Jackie have made a difference in the lives of so many people, and particularly those here at Indiana State University. We acknowledged their generous support and loyal commitment to Indiana State by establishing the Max and Jackie Gibson Award in 2021. Tonight, in the continued tradition of Max and Jackie, we come together to celebrate and recognize the indelible mark Mike and Amy Alley have left on this great institution. Their generosity of time and joyful giving have enriched the lives of our students, including our student athletes, and the entire campus community. Mike and Amy have definitely shown us all how to make a life by what they give through their volunteer efforts and philanthropy. With sincere gratitude, I'd like to say thank you again to Mike and Amy. And to everyone joining us this evening, on behalf of the Sycamore family, welcome to this joyous occasion. We hope you truly enjoy this event and dinner. Welcome.
Dr. Curtis, thank you for those remarks and for all that you do for this university. We are honored to have some additional distinguished guests with us this evening. You've already met the president. Please welcome her husband, Lynn Curtis. Please welcome Indiana State Board of Trustee member, Mr. John Pratt, and his wife, Elise. Welcome Indiana State Board of Trustee member Mr. Randy Minus and his wife Nancy. Welcome Indiana State Board of Trustee member Mr. Bob Casey. Also with us this evening, the 11th president of Indiana State University, Dr. Dan Bradley, and his wife Cherie. Please welcome the mayor of Terre Haute, Mr. Duke Bennett, and his wife Pam. Also with us this evening, the president of the Terre Haute Chamber of Commerce, Ms. Kristen Craig. Please welcome State Senator John Ford and his wife Kristen. We'd also like to welcome the representative from the office of U.S. Senator Todd Young, Ms. Diane Powell. Also with us this evening are members of the President's Cabinet, and we'd like them to stand when their name is called. The Provost, Dr. Chris Olson. Vice President of University Advancement, Ms. Andrea Angel. Chief of Staff, Mr. Rex Kendall. Vice President of University Engagement, Dr. Nancy Rogers. The Executive Director of Legal Services, Ms. Joyce Thompson-Mills. And the Director of Diversity, Inclusion, and Belonging, Dr. Xavier Burton. Also with us tonight, we have our 10 head coaches. They're very shy, so please give them a round of applause. We ask our head coaches to please stand if they would. Told you they were shy. Tonight, it's about Mike and Amy Alley, but it's also about our student athletes who represent Indiana State University with immeasurable pride and class. Many of you have had the pleasure to meet these remarkable young men and women during our cocktail hour upstairs. At this time, I'd like them to please stand and be recognized. Our student athletes that are here. Some of them in the back, got a couple down here. Now I'd like to invite Pastor Shan Smith to come forward to lead us in prayer with tonight's invocation.
You'll pray with me? Heavenly Father, we gather before you tonight with hearts filled with gratitude and anticipation as we are grateful for this opportunity to support Indiana State University and its mission to excel in every sport and in the classroom. God, we want to thank you for the unwavering faithfulness and generosity of individuals like Mike and Amy Alley and Brian Dorsett and others whose contributions have helped lay a strong foundation for the success of our university. Their commitment has been instrumental in shaping the lives of countless athletes and nurturing a spirit of excellence within our athletic programs. May you bless them abundantly for their selfless dedication. As we approach the fall semester, we pray for the university's leadership, beginning with President Curtis. Grant her wisdom, discernment, and strength as she guides our institution towards its goals. We also ask for your blessing upon Sherrard and the athletic department, the staff, the coaches, and the athletes. May their dedication, their hard work, and their sportsmanship bring honor to Indiana State and inspire us all who witness their endeavors. Lord, we thank you for this night. Grant favor upon our conversations as they will take place, as we encourage one another. May the words exchanged be fulfilled with encouragement and inspiration and unity. And finally, we humbly ask for your abundant provision for the funds raised tonight and throughout our seasons. May these resources enable our university to continually improve and excel in each sporting discipline. Strengthen our teams, provide them with necessary resources, and guide us toward victory on and off the field. And it's in Jesus' name that I pray. Amen.
Pastor Shan, thank you very much. Please enjoy your dinner, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back to get our program and ceremony underway in just a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed your dinner this evening, prepared for our great friends and partners at Sodexo. Let's give them a big round of applause, please. This past year, we celebrated many successes on the court, field, pool, and in the classroom. Swimming and diving made school history by posting their first top 2 team finish at the Missouri Valley Conference Swimming and Diving Championships. Men's track and field captured back-to-back Missouri Valley Conference Indoor and Outdoor Championships. Our men's basketball team won 23 games, competed in the postseason tournament for the first time since 2014, and earned their first postseason victory in 22 years. Softball won a program record 32 games on their way to appearing in the MVC championship game. And baseball captured both the MVC regular season tournament championships and the NC2A Terre Haute Regional Championship, reaching the NCAA Super Regionals for the first time in school history. Our student athletes also continue to exemplify just what it means to be Sycamores, as they posted a cumulative GPA 3.27. We could not be prouder of our student athletes, our coaches, for reaching these historical marks. Let's give them one big round of applause. Great job all year. While success starts at the top, it's not possible without the hard work, the dedication, and the leadership set forth by our student athletes. It's my pleasure to introduce to you 2 individuals who exemplify these traits and what it means to be a Sycamore student athlete. Please welcome Riley Cole from football and Nora Henderson from soccer, our Community Health Network Student Athlete Spotlight.
Hello, my name is Nora Henderson. I'm a junior on our women's soccer team here at ISU, and it is an absolute honor to share what ISU athletics has meant to me. It has been such a privilege to personally thank so many people in this room who create opportunities for me and my teammates. Oftentimes, when asked what my favorite thing about Indiana State is, my first response is always, the people make the place. And this has proven true. My roommates have become lifelong friends. My team has turned into family, and staff have become mentors. These people I have had the privilege of doing life with the last 2 years have poured into me more than I can ever give back. We've all stood by one another through hard times, difficult seasons, and uncertainty, but has still found moments to celebrate one another. We leaned on our athletic department as we overcame challenges and embraced new beginnings. I've always believed people make the place, but as the time goes on, I begin to witness how impactful our environment can be. We are all products of our environment, where we live, learn, and exist. Here at ISU, I believe our environment cultivates development, unity, and making room for people to be their best selves. Therefore, we are given the chance to put our best foot forward in the classroom, on the field, and in the community. We are equipped and encouraged to play for causes bigger than our sport and compete for championships. Because of your support financially, we are presented top-tier resources and reach goals individually and collectively. Because of your support, we feel empowered as student athletes. Whether you're sending your kid to camp, buying a ticket to a game, sponsoring a team meal, or building a facility, all of these gestures tell us that you're bought in and you believe in what we're playing for. Your support is priceless. As student athletes, this reminds us we are representing so many people and families who have come before us, laying a foundation by sacrificing your time, energy, and money to stand beside us. Thank you on behalf of all student athletes for your contribution. Your efforts impact our environment in such a way that allow us to become the people that make the place. Thank you.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Rylan Cole, and it is a pleasure to be in front of you guys today. I have learned since my time here that there is so much to a person than just the accolades they have achieved and all the material things they have won. And for me, none of it would have been accomplished apart from the grace of God, the opportunities Coach Mallory has presented me with, and each and every one of your guys' generosity. So why choose Indiana State? That is a question that every individual who wears the Sycamore blue has to answer, whether it be a student, a coach, or a professor. And the first time I had to answer this question was when I signed my national letter of intent. And on signing day, the reason why I put this pen to the paper is the same reason that I'm standing in front of you guys today. People make a place. And this is a saying that I've come to understand more and more, as Nora has stated, at my time at Indiana State. And we know that people at institutions are going to come and go, and especially with the transfer portal now, you never know what may happen. But one person whose efforts has made Indiana State a better place is my head coach, Kurt Mallory. His word has held true from our first His word has held true from our first conversation until today. And while having the title of head coach, I've seen Coach Mallory showcase humility with each and every player and each and every coach. Regardless if you are an all-conference player or a scout team player, Coach Mallory uses his voice to go to bat for his players in places that we may not have a voice. So we may not be a Power 5 program, but there is one thing, and Coach Mallory never allows that as an excuse for being a first-class program acting in a first-class manner. Looking closer at Coach Mallory's character, I've recognized how he has led our team by serving our team. Players past and present continue to praise Coach Mallory for his selflessness and all of his behind-the-scenes work he does, whether it's picking up trash around the stadium or making sure we have all the gear we need. Coach Mallory continues to show us how much he cares. His labors at Indiana State have made us a better place, and I know that there are far more acts that go unseen from him each and every day. And one thing that Coach Mallory has always promised is that we would graduate with a degree. One hit, one wrong step, and our football career could be over, but one thing that will be for the rest of our lives is our degree. And with our team GPA being one of the highest it's ever been, and possibly the highest in the country, it starts with Coach Mallory. Being able to practice in the mornings and meet in the mornings has opened up so many doors for us as student athletes to be able to do the things we love, whether it be volunteer as a coach for Special Olympics, whether it be go to Bible study, whether it be a part of other opportunities on campus like FCA. It would not be available if Coach Mallory did not push as hard as he could for our schedule, not for his own benefit, but the benefit is us as student athletes. Having 2 surgeries so far at my career at Indiana State, hopefully no more, there has been a lot of ups and downs, and with my family being hours away, I'm glad to say I have a family here at Indiana State that has been with me each and every step of the way. Coach Mallory sees us as people first, and this has led to many conversations in his office, asking me how I'm doing, truly caring about how I am as a father cares for his son, and I could not thank him enough for that. And I speak not only for myself, but other teammates that have been so grateful for how Coach has worked with us in our desire to grow our faith. This looks like making adjustments for on the schedules on Sundays so that we may attend church. And this is not a common practice across the coaches in the nation, because I cannot truly imagine my time here without being able to be who I am in Christ and being granted the opportunities to grow in this area of my life. And it takes a coach who truly cares about his players to not just hear the adjustments and hear the requests, but to assist us to grow and further in the men we wish to be. So why Indiana State? Because people make a place, and there's not a group of coaches, there's not a group of teammates, and there's not a community or athletic directors that I'd rather be around. I'm proud to be a Sycamore. So thank you guys. We truly do thank you for all your sacrifices you have made to make everything I just talked about possible, whether it be a fan, whether it be donating or giving time to the program. It allows for people like Coach Mallory and the great coaches we have here at Indiana State and the rest of our staff to make it the place it is. Thank you, guys.
Rylan North, thank you. Appreciate that. Next, I want to welcome up our bound and determined leader of Sycamore Athletics, entering his 8th year as the Director of Athletics here at Indiana State. My pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Sherrod Clinkscales.
First of all, I'd like to thank our staff. This event is something that we really, want to do really good. And we're a little short right now, but if our athletic staff could just stand up and be recognized for all their hard work, I'd appreciate, including Austin and Danny. If y'all could stand up, please. Thank you so much. I also want to recognize one person that we didn't mention that's leading up our NIL effort. He's Mr. Sycamore, John Newton. John, would you want to stand up, please? Coaching is one of the hardest things that you can do. I mean, you're a teacher, it's tough. People are always second-guessing you. We have 2 coaches that distinguish themselves as Coach of the Year, one for the 2nd time in a row. Can we please give a round of applause for Angie Martin and Coach Hannes for being Coach of the Years? And then lastly, I stand up here by the grace of God and by the support of my wife, Monica. Monica, can you stand up, please? Thank you for being here as we kick off the 23-24 athletic season at our 3rd annual Tried and True Gala. On this occasion, we celebrate our love for Sycamore Athletics and recognize the people behind the scenes, our devoted patrons who are the lifeblood of our athletics program. The monetary and gift-in-kind contributions from our many supporters are truly impactful. They have made an immense difference in the overall health of the athletics department and will continue to serve as a catalyst for our upward trajectory. On behalf of the athletics department, I humbly thank each and every one of you for your loyal support and your unwavering expectation that we pursue excellence in all endeavors. I especially want to thank tonight's guests of great distinction and honor, Mike and Amy Alley. The Alley's dedication and steadfast support for Indiana State University epitomizes the spirit of giving that is a hallmark of the Max and Jackie Gibson Award. The start of a new academic year is always an exciting time, full of energy and optimism. As we approach the upcoming semester, I cannot help but to reflect upon the past year and the many successes of our student athletes, coaches, and staff members. The accolades are certainly impressive, but just as important is an understanding of how we got to this point. 7 years ago, after visiting the weight room, I asked if there was any money in the budget to purchase nutritional drinks so our student athletes could refuel after workouts. There was, but it was just enough for every sport to use for one semester. From this need to support our student athletes' development came Elevate, an athletics fundraising campaign. The campaign focused on putting into place the critical elements upon which we could build a strong, vibrant, and complete athletics program. And who do you suppose were among the first people to support this new initiative? Mike and Amy Alley. Because of their generosity and the contributions of so many others, the Elevate campaign exceeded expectations and helped to lay the groundwork for future success. What was once called a weight room is now the Mike and Mary Blackwell Sports Performance Center, housing state-of-the-art equipment, a full-service nutrition bar, offices for strength and conditioning staff, and bold Sycamore Athletics branding. This facility is a first-class training venue for our current student athletes and a major showpiece for our coaches when recruiting future Sycamores. The Sports Performance Center is just one example of the progress we've made in relatively short order. When viewed collectively, all the milestones make it clear what can be accomplished when Sycamores stand together. When we take a moment to reflect, it really does put things into perspective. We enter the 23-24 academic year with a bound and determined attitude to bring home more championships despite the challenges of an ultra-competitive nature of intercollegiate athletics. I do not take for granted the special place that Indiana State holds on this campus, in this community, and in the hearts of all those who bleed blue. And so tonight, it gives me great pleasure to join you in recognizing an extraordinary couple who represent the very best of Indiana State University, Mike and Amy Alley. Thank you.
Short, thank you. The relationship that Mike and Amy Alley have had with Indiana State University can be dated back to the 1970s, first generation Sycamores, and their support has been felt throughout all those years. Mike and Amy, your love of Indiana State University and Sycamore athletics is shown in facilities, scholarships, and your true friendship with our coaches and our student athletes. Sycamore athletics would not be what it is today without your continued support and dedication, and with that, we thank you sincerely. With that said, I ask you to turn your attention to the video screens as we have a special message for you from United States Senator from Indiana, the Honorable Todd Young.
Hi, I'm Senator Todd Young. It's an honor to say a few words tonight about Mike and Amy Alley as they receive the Max and Jackie Gibson Award. I think we'd all agree that no one is more deserving of this award than Mike and Amy. In addition to philanthropic giving, the Alleys have held numerous leadership positions to support Indiana State students and faculty. We're grateful for all they've done to support Sycamore student athletes and Indiana State sports teams. Mike and Amy, congratulations on this well-deserved honor. You challenge us all with your generosity and example. Thank you for all you've done to support ISU and the entire Terre Haute area. I hope you have a wonderful time celebrating tonight. And go Sycamores!
We want to thank the Senator for those remarks. And now, once again, your attention to the video boards. Our special presentation to Mike and Amy Alley.
The Max and Jackie Gibson Award is a wonderful way to acknowledge significant contributions in life, in philanthropy, and in sharing of time and talent. Mike and Amy Alley, just by virtue of the work they've done in their careers since they graduated, could have been already outstanding Sycamore alumni. But the way that they've conducted their connections to the university and their philanthropic support beyond that in so many areas has just been exemplary for this institution. They're exactly the type of couple that we designed this kind of acknowledgement for, because they've really done so many good things in their careers and lives, and I guarantee you they will continue to do so.
This award honors people who see the significance of what athletics can bring to a university and to a community. To be able to give it to Mike and Amy was just unbelievable. They deserve it so much, and the fact that it's named after Max and Jackie Gibson just adds on to it, because they know the depth that they've given and the love they have for athletics. So it meant an awful lot to them, and it meant a lot to me.
Well, when we first found out we were going to be the recipients of the Max and Jackie Gibson Award, I mean, we were totally flabbergasted, but we were very humbled and honored.
Yeah, I would say stunned, and then I became teary-eyed, so it really means a lot.
Mike has certainly set an example for me, and been one of the guys I've admired. The whole family's thrilled about this award being named after my parents, and the fact that I've known Mike so long and known Amy so long just makes it special.
I've actually known Amy for nearly 50 years. We met at ISU when we were in Chi Omega together. Actually, we were very excited to get Amy into Chi Omega. All her leadership skills and being homecoming queen to Continentals at North made her someone we really wanted to get.
You always know Amy is there supporting ISU, not because she makes speeches or is given lavish awards, but because, simply put, she is Amy. Generous, sweet, unassuming, beautiful Amy.
What about Mike?
I thought this was just about her.
Oh, well, no, I think you need to say something nice about Mike.
I'm not prepared for that, but I think Mike's best accomplishment and the best thing he ever did was somehow or another figure out how to get Amy Beasley to marry him.
We were all happy about that, for sure.
We did meet at ISU. We were both very active in student activities, and Linda Eldred, who was the head of student activities, introduced us.
I remember one day I was in the student activities, the union board office, and Linda said, well, we're going to have a new union board member. His name is Mike Alley, and I think you two would be good together. And I remember thinking, I always believed what she said, but you know, I thought that was probably a long shot, but it worked out, and we're grateful to it.
Enjoyed 4 great years and some great basketball during that period of time, but also some great gymnastics and track and field, you name it. We've been able to witness the impact that athletic program has on the young men and women that are active in our athletics here at Indiana State University, and we've seen that firsthand.
A few years ago, our nephew had the honor to play football here at Indiana State.
My son Wyatt and I live in the mountains of Colorado, and Amy and Mike have always been a special part of his life, and their daughter Amanda is like a big sister to Wyatt. And so when it was time for Wyatt to think about colleges, I, like most parents I think, are hoping for somewhere in Colorado, somewhere he'll be close. But He wanted to go to Indiana State University. He wanted to be an ISU Sycamore. As Amy was driving me back to the Indianapolis airport, she said to me, "Betty, I promise you that Mike and I will take really good care of Wyatt while he's at Indiana State." And let me tell you, they sure did.
Mike and Amy are two most hardworking people in the world, and they both have a very high standard of excellence of themselves and of anything they're involved with.
My press conference here, my very first day, I had a lot of anxiety, and I didn't know who anybody was. I remember Sherrard taking me to meet this guy, and you could just tell by his personality, like how sincere he was, how excited he was. And I remember walking away with Sherrard, and he's like, "That's as important a person as you're gonna meet today." Just that minute with him, not knowing who he was, made me feel better about my decision. I could feel his passion and how excited he was.
And I always use the term, you want to be around people you can lose with, because that's when you really find out how sincere they are. And through the tough times, they're always there, and through the good times, they're obviously there as well. I lost my father a few years back, and really saw him in a different light. He would call, he would check on me, came to the funeral. Just meant a lot to me. Mike and Amy Alley are really sincere and genuine people.
When I think of the Alleys, I think of two individuals that are really selfless, two individuals that brought me into their own home and treated me as their own. And just their donations to the university and allowing us to get the practice field and being big contributors to that was really big characteristics of just showing who they are.
They're giving, not just to men's basketball, but across the board. That drives giving for the people. They see Mike and Amy doing it. It's contagious. It brings other people on. We're sitting here in the Holman Center and think about the renovations here. We now play in arguably the nicest facility in a conference that's known for its basketball facilities.
They've made some big gifts, and how much they love athletics definitely inspires me to be a part of all that. They've just been so consistent and being very humble about what they do.
Mike Alley doesn't make it about him. Mike is that kind of a leader. He's a great leader.
Mike served on the Board of Trustees for several years and has been very committed to fundraising and giving to the university.
Stories about Mike, I've got a couple. One, he shows up at ISU golf outings, dressed well, but he wears his black loafers rather than his golf shoes. And that's, quite frankly, when you're in the cart with him, that's kind of embarrassing.
Mike had donated a golf outing to Highland Country Club in Indianapolis, and Mike was playing extremely well. I mean, knocking the ball straight down the middle, and one of the guys in the group says, he started calling Mike Power Alley. And so Mike just kind of grinned, but the next hole, he's knocking it right down the middle, Power Alley. So now, when we see Mike, we always go up to him and say, Power Alley, how you doing? I really was very honored when somebody asked me to speak today because he's a mentor to me, and it just made me proud. It really did that university sees what they have in alumni like Mike and Amy and chose them because, to me, this is a very, very prestigious award.
I can't think of another couple who I believe put their money where their mouth is more than that couple.
The ideal Sycamores, in the sense that they truly epitomize what ISU can do for your life. And they do it in a joyful way. They're always upbeat.
We always know they're going to be there to support ISU because they always have been. They truly bleed blue.
I learned early on, as Larry and I got more involved with Indiana State and the foundation, that Mike and Amy had been giving whenever asked. Eventually, I think, somebody asked them, because they'd been helping Indiana State and everyone so much, it's like, what would be special to you? And that's when they brought up Linda Eldred, who introduced them, and they established the Linda Eldred Student Leadership Center in her honor. That was a wonderful thing to witness, and it meant a lot to Amy and Mike, and an awful lot to Linda.
I remember their sharing at that event, and frankly, for me in the role I'm in, I often get to see this, but it's evident with Mike and Amy. the joy on their faces when they're able to say, this person made a difference for me and now we're lifting them up.
This was a quote from Mike that I read. ISU gave me the education to pursue my interests, but also to be a lifelong learner. When he said that, the interviewer, Casey Long, said in her article, Allie invested in his career and is now investing in the future of young professionals because he will always be a Sycamore and because real leaders wear blue.
Ladies and gentlemen, accepting the Max and Jackie Gibson Award, please welcome Mike and Amy Alley.
When I was a student at Indiana State, I volunteered to work in the concession stands upstairs at Holman Center, popping popcorn and selling candy. I never could have imagined such a special night here. Thank you very, very much. It means more than you'll ever know. We appreciate all the friends and family members that have been here. We have family that have traveled from Texas, Ohio, Colorado, Utah, Indianapolis, and Terre Haute. We're very, very grateful. Thank you. Most of all, we so appreciate that everyone is here tonight celebrating the Indiana State Athletic Department, one that we highly regard. Thank you for supporting the coaches, the support staff, and most of all, the student athletes. Thank you.
Now, as I'm up here, most of you are probably thinking, Mike must have been one heck of an athlete in college when he was on campus, right? Well, that wasn't true at all, but I was an avid supporter of our athletic program when I was here on campus. But more importantly, as I have matured and learned how we develop young people, I've learned the importance of college athletics and the impact it can have on our young people. You know, we've been able to experience it. You know, one of the greatest things we've enjoyed is having our nephew Wyatt as a student athlete at Indiana State University and experiencing the impact that that experience had on him, and the coaching experience and from Coach Mallory was extraordinary. But I know from all of our other athletic programs and our other athletic coaches that that same experience is happening for every one of our student athletes on campus. I mean, in many cases, these are talented young people that have a lot of attributes and positive things in their mind, but they still have a lot of challenges in their life. And I tell you, these coaches are truly their mentors, their guardians, and do amazing things for those young people to help nurture them through college and preparing them for life. And as I look back and I think about, you know, us being recognized, it's not about Amy and I, you know, it's about all of you and the people that have come here to support Indiana State University. And some of you are coming here, you know, supporting just Amy and I. And I can't tell you how much we appreciate that. My associate at Banterra Bank, I'm so pleased to have you here. I never expected that. Community Health Network, thank you so much. And so many other sponsors. And Brian Dorsett, I mean, you've been such an incredible supporter for Indiana State University. There's just nothing we can do to say thank you enough. But so many other sponsors. I hope you'll look at your programs and recognize all of those sponsors that are in there and and do business with those sponsors because they're supporting your university. And you say, well, why, Mike and Amy, are you doing this? I mean, what's the point of this? You've moved on with your lives and you're someplace else. Well, let me tell you why. It's because Indiana State is our university. We graduated from Indiana State. We're alumni. We're going to be alumni the rest of our lives. We're going to have our true blue love for Indiana State University. But there's a second reason that's even more important of why we support Indiana State University and Indiana State University athletics. It's because they have earned our support. They've got an incredible program. I mean, can you imagine that we are leading, among some of the top universities in the country, across the entire country, in terms of our GPA performance? In terms of our overall athletic performance, when you look at the baseball and the track and field and the women's golf and the football and the basketball and women's soccer and all the other sports, I mean, we're one of the top schools in the Missouri Valley Conference. And we don't get that kind of recognition because it's not, the high profile and doesn't get the recognition that it deserves on a national scale. But let me tell you, I'm extraordinarily proud of Indiana State University and our athletic program and what we are delivering. I think it's remarkable. So, again, on behalf of Amy and I, we say thank you very much for this honor. And again, as I reflect back on, Max and Jackie Gibson, as well as Bud and Annie Perry to be the third recipient, we truly are humbled to be in such, tall cotton. I mean, that is remarkable to be considered among those people because I know that so many of you also are making incredible contributions to Indiana State University, whether it be in dollars or the character building that you're providing or the other attributes that you can provide to this school are really making a difference. And I'm so proud to be a Sycamore. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike, Amy. Congratulations once again. And now we have a message for you from the Gibson family, from their son of Max and Jackie, Greg Gibson.
Mike and Amy Alley, thank you. This evening we've seen and heard how you've consistently given back with your time, talents, and treasure in countless ways. Your commitment and generosity demonstrate the exact purpose of this award. The Gibson family is very proud that this honor showcases the importance that people like Mike and Amy Alley have on the university and the community it serves. On behalf of my mom and dad and the entire Gibson family, congratulations to you both.
Mike and Amy, we thank you once again for everything that you have done, and we look forward to what the future holds for this university and for Sycamore Athletics. We've got one final video. We get set for the upcoming season. It's already begun, really. Soccer showed up on Monday. Football showed up on Tuesday. Volleyball will report this Monday. Turn your attention to the video screens. We get set for another season of Sycamore Athletics. We want to thank once again our presenting sponsor, Dorsett Automotive, for their generous support of this event, and Sycamore Athletics. Brian, Gina, thank you very much. We also would like to thank the Gibson family and RJL Solutions for sponsoring tonight's cocktail hour. The Student Athlete Spotlight was presented to you by Community Health Network. And our last thank you goes to Tapco and Brad Bilyeu. They are donating the bourbon glasses on the table. You have to supply the bourbon. Please take one with you as you leave tonight. And we thank you for coming this evening, for your support throughout the years, and we look forward to seeing each and every one of you at a Sycamore Athletics event this season. Good night, God bless, and go Sycamores!